Gamer, four-time Super Bowl champion Joe Montana joins us this morning as part of ESPN's Madden Legends Week powered by EA Sports Arena, and he's joined by his teammate, his Hall of Fame teammate, Jerry Rice. I appreciate you both showing up here to chat with us, and you guys are saying that you never talk about old times when you see each other. Are you serious?
Yeah, we don't have enough time to talk about it. We usually pass them in the dark somewhere, or at an appearance somewhere. But yeah, we hardly ever talk about the old times.
Yeah, just watching those highlights, though, it brought back a lot of memories, and I was like, my God, that was Jerry Glanville when we played the Atlanta Falcons, and I think we scored like 5 touchdowns.
He scored 5.
Jerry, when you see that, what does that make you think of?
Just the old times. We went out there, we played hard, we always gave 100%, and we just wanted to just win football games, but we wanted to win championships. And Joe can attest to this. If we made it to the playoffs, if we didn't go any further than that, it was devastation in the Bay Area.
Yeah, there were high expectations of not only from our fans, but also even more so from the players. We felt that we had a good enough team to win it every year, and unfortunately we didn't. But
well, I would say you guys did pretty well. 2 Super Bowl wins combined between you guys. I mean, on the same team at the same time. Tell me about your video game, Madden NFL 13, before we move on.
Yeah, just here with Sandy from EA. We're out letting everybody know that this Madden 13 ships today, and it'll be in stores as of midnight tonight. And one of the great new features is you can play a legend like myself or Jerry now these days. And as I was telling Sandy earlier, I said, that's unfair if you can play Jerry and me together. So
you think it's still unfair? It's too tough a duo.
It's unfair. No, I'm just kidding. It's just a lot of fun. It gives us a whole new chance with people younger group to see what it was like and our careers were like back then. So it's kind of good for us.
When you guys look out there at the league now, who do you both enjoy watching as this season is about to get underway?
Oh my God, so many players.
Who tops your list, Jerry?
I'm really curious to see Peyton Manning. What he's going to bring to the table, and I know he had a good game last night, but I think this guy, he's excited about being back on the football field, and also he's going to do wonders with Denver.
Yeah, I like watching some of the older guys play, and when you look at Peyton and you look at Brady and Drew Brees and Aaron, but yet then it's also fun to see the transition for the younger guys. There's a lot of young guys starting.
All these rookies, these 5 rookies that we have.
And then this guy right here is pretty fun to watch too, Megatron.
You notice he named all quarterbacks.
Yeah, right. Pretty much avoiding the question.
He named all quarterbacks. But yeah, a receiver like Kevin Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald, and so many of those other guys. And I'm curious to see Adrian Peterson come back also, if he's going to be able to come back from that knee injury.
One of the stories that we've been following, of course, is Tim Tebow. And Joe, you were in a similar situation, being that Steve Young was on your team. You guys had to deal with working it out together. Now, the Jets maintain there's not any quarterback controversy, but you, as a quarterback, know what it was like to look over your shoulder. So what was that like for you?
Well, I think initially it's a little bit. When Steve came there, I just had come off of back surgery, so I understood what they were trying to do, and then at some point in time, Mark just has to sit back and go, hey, he's going to have to take it from me. And that's just the attitude you have to get. And luckily for him, he's the guy behind him is not playing exactly. I mean, he has sparks in him here and there, whether it's running or he'll make a good throw, but he was 4 for 14 last night. So Mark has to find somehow to say, I don't care what happens. I'm going to go out, and I'm not going to try to make mistakes. I'm not going to try to make plays. I just got to play my game, and then let it go from there. If he just goes out and does the things he's supposed to do, he'll be fine. But if you start worrying about the guy behind you, then you're in trouble.
How do you do that, though? How do you shut that all out?
You have to hate the world at that point.
Okay. Jerry, I saw you clamoring. You were going, yeah. What do you remember about that time?
Just that I had the best of both worlds, because Joe, he was Joe Cool, and you always wanted this guy to have the ball if he had some time on the clock. You knew that he could move the ball all the way downfield and win that ball game for you. Then after Joe left, Steve Young, I had to adjust to Steve because of the different rotation on the football. and, just seeing a lefty throw the football to me. So he was more of a runner at first, then he wanted to become a pocket passer. But, I made both those guys.
Exactly.
I put them into the Hall of Fame. I tell people that today. I made Joe Montana.
You made him, right?
I guess that's exactly the worst thing about Jerry was he came along too late in my career.
Right, exactly.
It should have come earlier.
Looking back at all of your highlights, what means the most to you is the iconic catch? Is it your pass to Dwight Clark, or would you say it was the Super Bowl winning touchdown to John Taylor?
I think there are a lot of things. The catch obviously was a big play in history for the 49ers. As a quarterback, throwing a touchdown pass to win the Super Bowl in your last possession is, I did them 1,000 times in my backyard. But having games that were fun, he talked about Atlanta where he catches 5 touchdowns, or one of the games that sticks out in my mind, we were playing Philly, and they came out and said we couldn't stand up physically to Philly. And the first series, I hit Jerry for 70-yard touchdown down the middle. I'm going, well, this is going to be pretty easy. The next 3 quarters, I picked myself up off the turf more times than ever. And it was a brutal battle down to the fourth quarter. We came back and scored a few touchdowns in the fourth quarter to win.
I think you had a battle going on with that defensive line. I had a battle going on with that secondary because there was a defensive back that was trying to intimidate me during that game. And after we scored that touchdown, I remember going back and trying to get up in his face and do all that. And a couple of my friends, my teammates, snatched me and I fell on the ground. So it was
you weren't successful.
It was sort of embarrassing.
Well, no, we just saved him. We all want to do that. We all want to do that because there's a lot of talking goes on out there, but a lot of it's just in jest and a lot of it. But after a while, it gets to you. Even a guy who never says a word.
Well,
he never says a word.
You were like the art monk.
Exactly, but this guy, he was after me, and you got to establish yourself on that football field, and that's what I was doing.
Jerry, which one of those 2 plays was most iconic for you? You were the MVP, I know, in the second one.
You know what? I'm thinking probably, I would say Super Bowl 23 in that final drive. And everything that happened, it was just unbelievable because I remember Joe, he came into the huddle, he started pulling grass, and we knew we had the best quarterback, but we had to move the ball all the way downfield, and we were able to do that. Then to watch him throw that ball to John Taylor, and it was just amazing. What was that like? What do you remember? All the emotions just came out, and I remember my teammates, they trying to chase me down to celebrate with me, and I was running all over. But, that was my first Super Bowl, and the night before I didn't sleep because I played that game over and over in my head, and I knew the magnitude of that game, and we went out there and we were able to win it.
Joe, which Super Bowl win means the most to you?
Well, they're also different. You go to the first one, and we played in Detroit, and we didn't have the greatest game, I don't think, but we ended up winning. But it was your first time at a Super Bowl field. Like Jerry will tell you, it's that first experience. The next one we played at home, and where we played the Dolphins, we played at Stanford Stadium. And then the next 2, we go down, and we have one that comes down to the wire, which is different. And then we have one that we blow out, Denver, which is different and a lot more fun. But the unfortunate part is when you have games like that, they take you out.
We always enjoy those. The one, that just complete, you dominated, and you blow the opponent out.
One last thought. The 49ers this year, when you guys look back at your former team and what they have, the talent, and what their possibilities are, what do you expect?
I think there's high expectations in the area and from all over the country for them because I think they kept the nucleus of their defense intact, which was a big part of their success last year, and they've added some weapons offensively. You just never know till they get going into the real season. It's hard to judge. They look like they're doing well offensively. Both quarterbacks played well, and I think it's going to be a fun year for them.
Yeah, I think defensive-wise, this team they're gonna step it up again. They're gonna really be able to smack the opponent in the mouth, and they brought all those guys back. Offensive-wise, we brought some guys on, Randy Moss, Mario Manningham, to that receiving core, and Vernon Davis. Davis, he's that freak. So we got the weapons, but like you said, it's a preseason right now. You got to go into regular season, then you got to, go out there and win games.
So it's a different game.
The speed is just going to go up just a little bit more.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Jerry Rice, Joe Montana. There's a company picnic, you two could go to. No? Okay.
No.
Thank you guys very much. Coming up tomorrow on SportsCenter, ESPN's Madden 13 Legends Week continues when the one and only Barry Sanders will join us live in studio.
Joe and Jerry know a thing or two about pressure. What about today's rookie quarterbacks and their pressure? Merrill Hodge tells us how many wins